tank, fly, boss, walk, jam, nitty gritty. You're listening to the boy from the big bad city. This is Jam Hot. What the fuck does any of that bollocks mean? Okay, well, as you can see, I'm still on the title page. There's a reason for this. 2.3 has now been out for 11 days, and to put it mildly, it's been a fucking debacle from the word go. So on the title page here we have another message from our glorious leaders. We are aware of an issue with a commander's total assets value displaying an incorrect number for some players. When they say some players, what they actually mean is everyone. This is being investigated. Their usual patronising reply. The issue affects the displayed value only, and each commander's total assets remaining accurate on our database. I'm sure they do, because there's one thing I've learnt over the past 2.5 years, it's that you can always take what Frontier Developments tell you at face value. There is no need to contact us regarding this issue at this time. In other words, they have been bombarded with people who have had this issue, and yet they're saying that it only happens to some players. Yeah. And yeah, this is an issue that I've had, because I was wondering why I bought a fourth ship, and I noticed that as well as my balance going down, so were my total assets going down. Why were they? They went down by 10 million. All I bought was a fucking Viper. So, because I don't trust Frontier Developments one iota, I sold it again. I'll buy it if that issue ever gets fixed. And of course I do mean if, because as Frontier Developments have demonstrated time after time after time, there is absolutely no guarantee that any issue that you encounter will be fixed. Some might, some will, but there are always going to be some that never are. There are some issues with the game that date back to the release date. After 2.5 years, it's a pretty safe assumption that they will never be fixed. Why do they take so long? Well, the answer is pretty fucking obvious. Frontier Developments are so inept that not only can they not fix it, they can't even find what is causing it. If they could find it, and therefore could fix it, it wouldn't be here. So all the brown nosers who say that I'm being a cunt for saying that, and that it's not true, the evidence is staring you right in the fucking face. You're just deliberately blinding yourself to it. And now my fucking power's gone out. Anyway, well, let's start up again. I have to date only done one 2.3 video. Which showed me arriving at an asteroid base that was a long way out. It was around NGC 7822. You don't have to go anywhere near that far to find an asteroid base, because I'm docked at one, which is in Lave. So Warrenus has been turned into an asteroid base. Now, Lave is actually a pretty good indication of an issue that has been around for quite some time and is still there. Namely, the huge number of missions on the mission board that wants you to take stuff to either Watts Survey, Navigator Beacon or Shern Terminal. which of course you can't do because they're all on lathe 2, which requires a permit, and that permit isn't in the game yet. So I mean, I doubt that there will be any here because it's not often you get missions asking you to go to another place within the system that you are already in, but we'll have a look. Oh, here we go. So there's one here to lathe. Now you can tell by that icon it wants you to land on a planet. So there you go, it wants you to go to Shan Terminal, but there's no mention of being given the permit to land there. Of course you haven't got the permit, nobody has, but it wants you to go there anyway. And plenty of people have complained about this. Frontier Developments have said on several occasions that they will do something about it. You can see how far that got. Now I could sit here for fucking ages banging on about all of the glitches and that and bugs and issues that are in 2.3, so I will. So we'll look at the engineers. So Elvira Martuk is here. We'll look at the I'm sure I set it actually so that they should be in order of distance, because all of the engineers now are at grade 5 and they're all unlocked and everything. So alright, so we'll have a look at DD Vataman then. Alright, so this one that what have I got here? Resistance Augmented Shield Booster grade 5. Now it needs conductive ceramics. I've only got 2, so I think, right, where do I go to find them? They've actually fixed that one. Fucking hell. When 2.3 first went live, this text appeared over here with 3/4 of it off the screen. So we've actually had some progress. Don't expect that to fucking last. So the one that a lot of people have been complaining about is of course the galaxy map. You point to lathe and yet for some reason it's showing the info over here. In the case of some, it's getting closer, but that's not the point. We don't want it getting closer, we want it to actually get to where, you know, want it to be where we are actually looking. And in the system maps it's even worse. I've got the mouse over the outpost here. Where's the information for it? Well, the information is over here. And if you're playing this on a higher resolution than I am, I'm playing it at 20 by 60 by 1440, this information here stays cut off the screen all the time. Nice one. So the galaxy map and the system map are fucked up. Now some people were exaggerating it a bit by saying it made you know, plotting routes impossible. It didn't make routes impossible. You could still do it, but it made it a fucking pain in the arse. Not least because from the fact that this never happened before, including at no point during the entire 2.3 beta. That issue was never there. Another issue, now, to be honest, I don't know if this is an issue with OpenPlay or what, because I never really bothered with OpenPlay until 2.3. Since 2.3 went live, I've pretty much only ever played in OpenPlay. My fucking fan's gone out again. And that is that the game is now very, very sluggish, and there is a hell of a lot of stuttering, especially as you approach or leave docking stations.
Landing lock disengaged. Exit is clear.
And especially when you are flying through supercruise and you watch the NPC ships. Don't have to be player controlled, they could be AI controlled as well. And there is a hell of a lot of jittering, and it does seem to get worse as you approach a planet that has a lot of ships travelling around it. So we'll head to Leasey, which, well,
Good luck, Commander.
sometimes it will have a lot of players in it, and other times it has absolutely none at all. So let's see how this goes. So 2.3 has been a disaster, there's no two ways about it, but it is actually currently in a better state than it was when it first went live, in fact throughout the first week. Now the audio has been changed somewhat. Why they felt it necessary to change how the audio was, delivered, I don't know, but the net result is that sometimes certain audio parts will play, sometimes they won't, and some of them just don't play at all anymore. Some that do play are now very, very quiet indeed, and when I'm doing videos it is actually quite handy, but when I'm not, it's taking some getting used to. I don't complain about it too much though, because the thing that is particularly noticeable as far as being quiet is the is your ship's computer. I'm not keen on the voice work of the ship's computer at the best of times. It's certainly not very well done, which is hardly surprising because, as always, Frontier Developments didn't get a decent voice actor or whatever to do it. No. What did they do? They got the wife of one of the developers to do it. Therefore, they got it done for nothing. Always on the cheapskate solution. Sure, I mentioned that before. Anyway, it looks like there's fuck all nobody here. Maybe they're all in the station. Hopefully not. Now, yeah, it is stuttery again here. Certainly a lot more than it used to be. And there is one player here. Well, I guessed that when I saw there was a further lance. But yeah, you can see it's stuttering here quite a bit as well. And this has always been the case since 2.3. As I say, I don't know if this is thanks to 2.3 or if it's because I'm now playing in open, whereas I never used to bother. Now anyway, I was going to say something and have completely lost the thread of what I was going to say. Oh yes, not everything in 2.3 is actually shit, believe it or not. There are a couple of things in it that I do like. I am a big fan of... Yeah. I'm a big fan of this, the Grade 5 long range scanner mod. This is really helping with exploring systems. I'm now able to scan some gas giants while I'm still 2,600 light seconds away, so I quite like that. I'm also able to scan some rocky planets when I'm over 300 light seconds away, so yeah, I like that. So there are some useful things in it, or one. I also quite like the fact that we can now at long last mod the sensors, although yeah, it doesn't tell you what it is here, but this is grade 5 lightweight. I just reduced the mass. There were other things in there that were quite handy. Extended arc, whatever it's fucking called, or extended range, both of which would have been useful, but they add quite a lot of mass to your sensors, by which I mean at best it will only add 100%. Now the sensors in my well, in this ship aren't too bad actually, 5D, but the sensors in the Imperial Cutter, which I'm about to change to, they are 80 tons, so I really did not fancy at best another 80 tons added to my you know, my Imperial Cutter's total mass. So yeah, I went with the lightweight thing. Obviously other stuff is the ship naming, so my ASP is the ISV Deltic. I'm fairly sure that ISV is the prefix for Imperial ships. I think it is. So my Imperial Eager is the ISV Maigashira, and the Imperial Cutter is the ISV Karl Marx. That should surprise no one. Looks like it has just completely frozen. Well, trying to change ship resulted in the game completely locking up. So it's getting better, isn't it? Fuck, why do I bother? Oh, the other thing is I've had to change how the mouse is rendered. Actually, let's bring that up. Oh, what the fuck did I do that for? No. Options. So in the graphics options, when they appear, right, mouse cursor, I've had to select render Windows based cursor. If you have it on the in-game panel based cursor, it was going completely haywire. Let's see if that's still the case. Yep, it's still doing it. Yeah, it's going fucking mad here. So it is completely bollocksed up. Again, that didn't happen before. So again, it's also something that never happened in the beta either. So the most basic of features, i.e. the mouse cursor, even that's fucked up. So I have to go to Windows rendered mouse cursor. The trouble with this is that in the Galaxy map in particular, it lags quite a bit. In fact, it lags a hell of a lot. So yeah, that's far from ideal. So we've got a bollocksed up Galaxy map and system map. Oh, actually, there was something else in the Galaxy map that I was meant to point out. If he's still logged in, yeah, there he is. There is Commander Alpha November. Now he's quite some way out. Now in the past, you've always been able to, you know, if you see an icon like that, mouse over it and it'll bring up the planet, or the system rather, that he's in, and then you could go and take a look. Now you can't. Indeed, you've never been able to throughout the whole of the 2.3 beta. And Frontier Developments has said this is an issue before all the brown noses come along and say it's a new feature, because I'm sure some of them have said that. So yeah, it's an issue. They are aware of it and are supposedly looking into it. But this issue has been there since 2.3, and it has never happened before. So when the 2.3 beta first started, which was what, a couple of months ago, and this issue was here, nothing has changed. It's still here now, which again tells you that not only can they not fix it, they can't even find the cause of it. So that's going to be there for quite some time. And the fact that all of these issues have been here since the fucking thing went live, and yet we've still not had any sort of like hot fix or any update patch or whatever to sort all these issues out, says to me that they just can't find the issue, or that, or they just can't be bothered. Frankly, I think it could be any one of those things. The bottom line is that releasing 2.3 in the states that it was in when it first went live, and again now, is an insult. Frontier Developments are basically saying, we don't give a fuck about you lot. And that includes the brown nosers who say everything is great. By releasing it like this, they don't give a toss about the brown nosers either. Because, well, look at it. No other developer would consider this to be acceptable. And I certainly believe that it again illustrates my, I think, perfectly well-founded claim that Frontier Developments do not do any in-house testing of any kind. Now, again, the brown nosers insist that that's not true. Okay, in the case of this, let's go with it then. Let's agree with you. Okay, so Elite Frontier Developments do in-house testing. So they've released this in this state following in-house testing. Well, either their in-house testing is shit, in which case they're just saying, you know, fuck you to everybody playing it, or their in-house testing found all of these issues and still released it anyway, in which case they're saying, yeah, we don't give a flying fuck about the players either. So whatever the brown nosers say to try and justify, you know, the state of the game, they can't. It always boils back to the same thing. Frontier Developments are at best completely inept, and at worst they don't give a toss about anybody who's actually playing it. So anyway, let's actually do something while we are here, or try to do something while we are here. Hopefully the game won't fucking lock up like last time. Might have a look at that one. It's only a quick delivery thing. Okay, well, we'll do the delivery. I've just seen that it's going to an actual planet though. Quinn survey in Aurora. Whereabouts is that? It's fairly... no, it's not fairly close. It's in a really poxy place actually, because this is one of 3 moons that are all orbiting each other. They do import, they do have a commodities board. They don't import anything particularly valuable though. So, oh well. We'll just do this one then. Oh, I also get nano breakers. Well, I'll be able to flog those. Alright.
Landing lock disengaged. You may leave when ready. Your way is clear. Starcon looks forward to receiving you again.
Now we have a new tab. Not this one. This one, the history tab, which keeps a list of the commanders you encountered, or at least up to a certain point in time. I'm really not fussed about that, especially as some commanders that I've met, I haven't spoken to a single one of them. But the names alone just tell me, yeah, you're a cunt. There was one that I encountered who was called Commander Shippy McShipface. Now, the whole, current trend of naming everything, cunty McCuntface, right, obviously started thanks to that fucking hilarious cunt who put in the suggestion for that science ship to be a boaty McBoatface, which, let's face it, it wasn't funny then, it certainly isn't funny now, and you still get people who think it's utterly hilarious to continue using it. I mean, I bet that fucking player, Shippy McShipface, I bet he's a fucking riot at the school playground when he's there. So while it does look like they are trying to fix things server side, it also means that, well, I've had the game completely lock up on me, which has never happened before. All I was doing was trying to change my fucking ship. There are some people on the forums who have said that they've been unable to get into the game at all since 2.3 went live. Personally, I think they're the ones who have been fucking spared it. We have galaxy and system map fuck-ups. And of course we have your total assets getting all fucked up and coming out wrong. I mean, how could they fuck that up? All it has to do is add up your balance and the value of all your ships and upgrades, and then print it out. That's all it needs to do. There is one other change, which on the surface I imagined I would like, but the more I encounter it, the less I like it. Once I've landed here, assuming it'll fucking, not crash again, I'll show you what I mean. But it is to do with exploration. And yeah, getting a lot of stuttering again. Fucking hell.
Orbital flight engaged.
Coming in way too fast, get you on slowing down. Because this moon is tiny. Just make sure my speed stays below 10. Yeah, we're okay. Now this transition should be quite quick. Well, it's been quicker than that. So that's a change that's for the better, but at what cost? Because now, well, they've done it by changing how you actually connect to the server. They haven't upgraded the server or anything like that. The way you actually connect to it has changed. But at what cost? Because now, when you're flying in Super Cruise, it's very stuttery for some reason. When you're approaching docking stations, it stutters a hell of a lot then. So it's like, well, you can have either quick transitions or smooth gameplay, but don't ask for both. That's asking for way too much. It would fucking put me on a fucking landing pad that's right on the other side.
Current rate of descent is good.
I'm so glad.
Landing gear deployed.
It's a bit too, right. Where's my fucking landing pad? Here we are. That's not bad. Well, for me it ain't anyway. Alright, let's get a shot of this sort that I brought over.
Touchdown. Engaging docking restraint. Welcome to our starport.
Okay, so that takes my balance up to 1,396,921. But I also have those 4 nano breakers to sell, so let's flog those. No reason to keep them. It's not a bad price for them at all, 2,197 each. Okay, so now the balance is 1,396,930,151. That'll do. Now the problem that I was mentioning earlier is to do with universal cartography and exploration. I wasn't sure if I had any left or not. And I say on the surface it looks like, oh actually that's quite handy. I mean, look at the balance. My current assets are now at 2.3 billion and I haven't really done a huge amount. I mean, you look at my combat stats, they haven't really changed very much. Crime hasn't either, smuggling hasn't changed at all, trading hasn't changed too much either, although the average profit has again gone down below 300,000. That last transaction hasn't helped. Mining I haven't done any, but here we are with the exploration. So systems visited is at 13,933. Profits from exploration have shot up to 364.2 million. Level 2 detail scans haven't changed. Level 3 detail scans haven't changed that much, 310,644. But look at the highest payout. 4,865,443. And that payout is fucking enormous. Prior to 2.3, the most valuable system I'd been to was obviously Sagittarius A-Star, although if you can believe the people in the forums, because they never post screenshots to prove it, they were all saying that they, prior to 2.3, their best was somewhere in the region of 750,000 or 900,000 or stuff like that. Scanning both objects in Sagittarius A-Star paid like about 632,000, something like that, I think. And now, this was just scanning some regular system, 4.8 million. I had another one that was 3.2 million. When I did the short video showing the asteroid base by NGC 7822, the highest payout there was 1.9 million. So I've already encountered like a good 3 or 4 systems that are all paying out well over 1 million plus. And I say on the surface, you think, yeah, that's alright, making credits easy. But the amount of profits that you need to reach Exploration Elite hasn't changed. It's still the same as it was, which I think is about, 163 million, something like that. Anyway, the video way back when I, over a year ago, when I reached Explorer Elite, it shows you more or less exactly how much you need, and it's still the same amount today, even though the payouts have skyrocketed. I mean, in that system there, the highest payout, I can remember what system it is, but I'm not going to say what it was, but just one system was a water world, which was also a candidate for terraforming. That one planet alone paid out 750,000, which is more than the entire Sagittarius A-Star system. So all of those players who, for the during the previous 2.5 years, decided, right, we'll go out and do the Sagittarius A-Star run, and put all that time and all that effort into doing it, and got what was a great payout at the time. Now you can get far more than that for doing absolutely fuck all. I can tell you now that that highest payout system there, 4.8 million, I didn't even have to travel 200 light years from Leasty when I did it. So you're barely outside the populated zone. Actually, I think I started at Shinrata, but at least he's not that far from Shinrata anyway. So I mean, it's ridiculous. It now means that getting Exploration Elite rank is ridiculously simple. Any cunt can do it. Well, almost any cunt can do it. I'm sure you know which one I'm thinking there. So yeah, I mean, the 2.3 release has just been an absolute fucking disaster. There's also, of course, the holo-me and the new camera suite. Now, to date, I haven't even looked at the new camera suite because I just do not give a fucking monkey's toss about it. The only reason it's there is because when you're doing the multi-crew and you take the gunner's position, the gunner has to use that external camera. So yeah, they haven't put it in there, because they thought they would be generous and give all the players a decent exterior camera suite. No, it's there because that was the only way they could be bothered to put in the gunner you know, getting him to actually be able to work in the multi-crew. Anyway, yeah, so there is the holo-me thing. I'll just quickly show it. If you've played any role-playing game from BioWare, you'll recognise all of this straight away. So anyway, that's supposed to be a rendition of me. It looks fuck all like me, but it's as close as I could get. Or at least it's as close as I could get before I just thought, oh fuck it, I just can't be bothered. So I think I spent about maybe 5 minutes, but I mean, right, so I've got the face right, and I've made him, like, you know, a right fat cunt in the face, just like me. And then you look at the body. It looks like his suit has been painted on, but it looks like it's been painted on directly onto his skeleton. His legs look so fucking thin, and his arms. And I can't turn it because I haven't got any of these keys bound, and I'm just, you know. And the ultimate thing is, it is utterly pointless, because if you're not going to bother with multi-crew, and that's going to be the vast majority of people, especially those, they may try it for a couple of times, I'll quickly see what a fucking waste of time it is, and then not bother. It also has been already well and truly taken advantage of as far as being able to grief players. You'll get some cunt who comes along and thinks it's hilarious to launch all of your shield cell banks at once and cause your ship to overheat and blow up. So yeah, doing multi-crew is a complete waste of time, and that's the only time you're going to see your, you know, complete character here, including the suit, of which there are all these fucking choices in here which you have to buy through microtransactions. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking bother with them. And I think there are other ones, like I think that maybe there are patches you can get, but there are tattoos that you can get. Oh fucking what? And the only time you'll then actually see them is in your picture here, or if you send a message, and then you'll see the pictures turning up here. In some cases, completely obscuring some of the text you've sent. So the holo-me, I think, is just a fucking waste of time. It's a gimmick. I mean, okay, we all knew it was going to be a gimmick anyway, but fuck me, they weren't joking. So I really do think that 2.3 has just been a fucking bollocks up from start to finish. Now, because, you know, so many people seem to really hate the fact that I will hold Frontier Developments to account and will point out where they fuck it up and all this, I decided to invite the opinions of some other people, and I basically made some offers, and I said anyone who wants to contribute can send me a video of them giving their opinion on 2.3, and I'll put it in with one of mine, which is actually turning out to be this one. I was quite surprised actually that I got a response, and it was the last response I ever thought I would ever get. I actually got a response from my last girlfriend, who is American, and you'll be able to tell straight away that she's American as soon as you see her. And if that was not amazing enough, it was also the fact that she plays Elite Dangerous. So she agreed. She said, "Okay, I'll send a video of me giving my overall impression of 2.3." So I said, "Great, okay." So here we have then Jennifer giving her what she thinks of Elite Dangerous 2.3. Not what I would call a glowing recommendation, that one. But it's difficult to argue with any of the points made there. Well, that really does sum up 2.3 rather well. So I think this is as good a place as any to end this. So yeah, go away.